So, why would a semi-intelligent, reasonably stable mentally, why would a 74-year-old say goodbye to suburbia and embrace the nomad way of life, bus life, van life? Why would he do it? I think we're going to blame Henry David Thoreau. Here's what that old scallywag had to say. I went to the woods because I wished to live deliberately, to front only the essential facts of life, and see if I could not learn what it had to teach, and not, when I came to die, discover that I had not lived. I did not wish to live what was not life. Living is so dear, nor did I wish to practice resignation, unless it was quite necessary. I wanted to live deep and suck out all the marrow of life, to live so sturdily and Spartan-like as to put to rout all that was not life, to cut a broad swath and shave close, to drive life into a corner and reduce it to its lowest terms. Welcome back to childhood. It's about 46 degrees, middle of November. Wind is blowing. Check out the leaves on the ground. Maggie, come on. That take you back to childhood? Rake them up in a big pile, jump in them, throw them up in the air. Too cool. Now, I mentioned that, and I say too cool, but yeah. It's funny what you remember going back in time. My parents, they weren't, I wouldn't describe them as playful. You know, it's like Dad would have gotten mad if he'd raked up the leaves and then I jumped at him. Just the way he was. He'd done the work, by God, and he didn't want any kid spreading the leaves around after he'd raked them up. And for me, it's like okay, I'm going to stop talking for a second. Just listen. It's magical to me, just shuffling my feet through the leaves. I love the sound of it. But I love to look at all the leaves on the ground. It's just magical to me. It's like I grew up in it. There was something magical. My parents didn't see anything magical about this. Or if they did, they sure didn't talk about it or say, hey, let's go for a walk in the magical leaf kingdom. It just didn't happen. But what do you think, Maggie? What do you think of the leaves, huh? Maggie wants one thing. Here, I'll let you see. Yeah, Maggie lives, breathes treats. That's what you want, treats. So that's magical for Maggie. So, why a nomad? Why at 74 am I gonna start traveling around the United States and leave this home? Well, the first answer I can give you is this road. It leads somewhere. And I swear to God, I need to know where it goes. Here's a weird fact for you. Okay, let's go back inside. It's cold. Here's a weird fact for you. Okay, I'm 74. I lived in the house of my birth for 20 years. I've lived in this house here for 12. Okay, so that's 32 years. And actually, I've been here 14 years. So that's 34 years out of 74. That leaves me 40 years. In those 40 years, hold on, I'll let you see me just for the heck of it. In those 40 years, I have owned 11 homes and I've rented 7 others. So do the math. That's 20 places I've lived in 40 years for an average of 2 years per place. It's just in me, guys. Wanderlust is in me. I have to see what's going on down the next road. Alrighty. Decided to go out and take a walk while I told you about reason number 2 why I want to live a semi-permanent life as a nomad. Say hi to Maggie. There's Maggie. And here I am, just proof that it's me on this chilly Monday morning in Olympia. Reason number 2 is, I create content. That's what I've been doing for 12 years. For 12 years, I've written articles, over 2,000 articles. For 12 years, I've written 9 novels. For 12 years, I've written 3 nonfiction books. And Maggie and I are tired of doing it all from behind a desk. It's time to get out and create some content in this big exciting world of ours. So that's what I'm going to do. Hey, not to sound morbid, and I really don't mean this, but geez, it's amazing how many people don't take this seriously. I'm 74 years old. I'm running out of time. There's still 30 states I haven't seen in the United States. That's almost embarrassing to say. For me, it's embarrassing considering how much driving I've done and how willing I've always been to get up and go see different things. To say at the age of 74 that there's still 30 states I haven't seen, yeah, I have a hard time with that. So I want to get out. I want to see more wonders, and I want to tell everybody about it. That's number 2. I'll be back with number 3 shortly. Alrighty. Number 3 on our list of why I want to be a nomad. Whew, it's cold. Number 3. I'm a loner. Always have been a loner. And I need to find some alone time where it's just about me. I have no other responsibilities. And in so doing, I can recharge my batteries because I'm depleted. It's exhausting for me, and I don't know, I am guessing it's the same for a lot of introverts. Here, you want to see an introvert? There's an introvert. It's exhausting for me to interact at times. It's exhausting for me to have to be places at a certain time, do things for people at a certain time, you know. And really, and I don't, Bev knows this, we've had this talk, and she feels a similar way, you know, kind of, well, a little differently, but she knows what I'm talking about. Excuse me. It's exhausting for me to be a husband or to be a father. And sometimes it's exhausting to be a friend. I need my alone time. And yeah, God, please, I need to put an end to all this This Bev and I aren't getting a divorce. We're not breaking up. It's just that, you know, number one, for 5 months, she's going to be on the trail. And it'll just be me and the dogs. And she needs that time. She's never had alone time for herself. So she's going to do that. When we get back, when the trail's done, when we get back, she wants to spend time with her family. And that's cool. But they're not my family. So I need to hit the road and just do something for me. I can hardly wait. I know this sounds stupid. I can hardly wait to wake up and determine my own day based on just my needs and the needs of Maggie. That's it. And I'll start my own routines and I'll form my own patterns. And then, you know, after whatever, a few weeks, a month, a couple months, I'll, you know, I'm sure Bev will want to take a trip or two. Maybe she won't. I don't know. We'll wing it then. God, now we're talking about a year in advance, or a year from now. So I can't see that far. But what I can tell you, reason number 3, is this introvert really needs to be alone for a while. All right, hold on. I gotta get my mitten off. I can turn this off for a second. And finally, from the warmth of our home, reason number 4. I need answers. I think this is pretty natural the older you get. And, you know, especially you're in your 70s, 80s, you start getting reflective. And I'm reflective. There's some things about me I still don't understand. I don't know why I do the things I do. I don't know why I react to certain things the way I react. And I think I just need to be alone and find some answers, even if I don't know all of the questions. And so I think some serious reflective time is going to do me some good. And if not now, when? When am I going to? I could have reflected when I was in my 20s, in my 30s, in my 40s, in my 50s, in my 60s, and I didn't. I was too busy with life. Now we're going to put the brakes on. Just build time. Thanks for listening. And finally, as we look at my future playground, I'll leave you with this quote from Albert Einstein. A human being is part of the whole, called by us universe, a part limited in time and space. He experiences himself, his thoughts and feeling as something separated from the rest, a kind of optical delusion of his consciousness. This delusion is a kind of prison for us, restricting us to our personal desires and to affection for a few persons nearest to us. Our task must be to free ourselves from this prison by widening our circle of compassion, to embrace all living creatures and the whole of nature in its beauty. I've got nothing I can add to that. Looking forward to meeting many of you. Meeting America one handshake at a time. Over and out. And hey, just for the heck of it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It does a lot for my self-esteem. Thanks, guys, and thanks to our patrons. They're few in number, but they are mighty, mighty patrons.